The order of operations is a set of rules to simplify numeric expressions, such as 7 plus 3 times 5. A numeric expression is a combo of numbers and operations. If we didn't have a standard order of operations, we could get different answers. For example, in the first numeric expression, let's say we do 7 plus 3 first. If we do the 7 plus 3 first, that's going to give us 10. Then we take that times 5, and we get 50. In the second one, if we do the 3 times 5 first, we'll get 15. And 7 plus 15 is 22. So doing the operations in a different order, and this one the plus first, and this one the times first, we get different answers, and we just can't get different answers. We all have to come up with the same answers. So there are some rules for what order to do the operations. This order would be doing parentheses first. Parentheses look like this, and there aren't any parentheses in this problem, so we don't need to worry about that. Exponents, well, we're not going to do any of those at this time, but it would be, for example, a number up in the air, like 7 to the second, which means 7 times 7. Next, you would do any multiplies and divides in the problem, and they have the same precedence, that's why they're on the same line. So you do those operations in order from left to right. Add and subtract are also on the same line because they have the same precedence, so you would do those left to right. Well, there's no parentheses and there's no exponents, but we do see a multiply in this problem. So we're supposed to multiply before we add and subtract. So this one multiplied first and gave us a 15, and then it added the last order of operation, it added last and got 22. So our correct answer to this problem is 22 according to our rules. This would be the wrong answer. In this example, following our order of operations down here, we see that we do have some parentheses, so we are going to do the 60 times 64 plus 64 first. That gives us 124. Then we will subtract the 8 times 9. Now I have left a subtract and a times. Well, going down my order of operations, multiply and divide come before add and subtract, so I am going to multiply and divide these two numbers. That gives me 72. So now I have 124 minus 72, and that final answer is 52. You always do the operation on the numbers it's between. So in this case, multiply was first, and it's between the 8 and 9, so I multiplied 8 times 9. Just because I got the 124 first, I just let it sit here while I find this answer, and then I can subtract my final two answers. In this example, I have some parentheses, so I'm going to do my parentheses first. My parentheses are 44 minus 33. That gives me 11. So I have 107 left plus 11 times 7. The next thing in my order of operations is multiply and divide. That needs to come before my add. The multiply is in between the 11 and 7. So I'm going to multiply 11 times 7 to get 77. And I still have my 107 plus 77. Then I'll add those together to get 184. In this problem, I have no parentheses, no exponents. I have multiply and divide. I have this divide and this multiply. And we do those when they're both on the same line precedence. We do them left to right. Well, this one's on the left, so I'm going to do 60 divided by 3 first. That gives me 20. Then I still have my plus 14 times 2. I still have a multiply here, 14 times 2, so I do that next. It's 28. I still have my 20 plus 28 to give me a total of 48. Pause the video while you try this one. Be sure to follow the order of operations. Doing parentheses first, we get 18. So I bring down my 21 plus my answer, divide that by 3. Next in my order of operations is multiply and divide. So I have a divide right here. 18 divided by 3 is 6. Bring down my 21 plus 6 for a total of 27. Pause the video again while you try this one. Be sure to follow the order of operations, and if you have multiplies and divides or add and subtracts, be sure you do them left to right since they have the same priority. First we have a parentheses. So when I work out the parentheses, that gives me 59. Bring down the rest, I have my minus 10 divided by 5 times 3. Next, I have multiply and divide left to right. So going left to right, this 10 divided by 5 is first. So I'm going to take 10 divided by 5, that gives me 2. Bring down my 59 minus 2 times 3. And next will be my multiply, because that comes before the subtract. 2 times 3 is 6. Bring down my 59 minus 6, and that equals 53. If you got that answer, you are ready to try some more on your own.